My name's Sean Stockton, and this is a speech about Fortnite. So, this new title named Epics came out with a game called Fortnite Battle Royale, and it's just simply just like determining who is the last man standing. You can either play solos, which that is every man for themselves, and you gotta land somewhere. And like usually people like to go to like to Tilted because that's like where you get the best loot and the best guns and shields and stuff. But like, a lot of people go there, so like if you're a beginner, you can try like there's a bunch of spots in the map where there's like not really that many like towns that you don't have to go to. Like there's like these outer houses where you can go to. Me and my friends call them rivers. There's like a bunch of houses right near a river that you can go to, and you get the best stuff. And you can also play another game type called duos, and that is when it's you and your friend that you go down. You gotta be the last two people standing. You got to fight and to the last one, and then you gotta do, and then there's squads, and you can also do no fill if you only have three people. A lot of people do this because they don't want to have a random person on their team, and so that's really about it about that. And so now I'm gonna talk about what the whole like circle thing is. Like you jump down to a spot, and then you have to get all your stuff, and there's this big circle, and if you're not in the circle, there's a storm comes, and if you have a certain amount of time to get into that circle, and if you're not in it, by the time like you're like not in it by the time it starts coming in, it's gonna start taking off health, but it doesn't take off shield. It only takes off health. But in the beginning of the game, it start off only as 1 HP, and then if you're not in it for the second time it comes along, it starts taking off 2. Then the third one starts taking off around like 5, and then the last one's like 10. And then the circle keeps shrinking, and if people are still alive by like the last circle, it's like 5, and then it just goes into like a whole map's the storm, and practically if they're both hiding, whoever has the more health is gonna win, or whoever sees the other person is gonna win because they're gonna be really low at health unless they have a lot of shield or anything to like heal them, like the campfire, or you can have band-aids or med kit, chug jug, and also a slurp juice which gives you 25 health and 25 shield. And that's about that. And the looting is really about like you getting your guns. Like we can talk about the best gun. The best gun in the game is a gold scar, and if you have that gun, you practically win if you see the person first because it does 70 damage for a headshot and like 30 for any body hit, even if it's like in the foot. And and there's also a purple scar which does a little less damage, but that's practically just as good as the gold scar. And then we go into the blue AR, a little bit weaker, but it's still one of the best guns in the game. And then the gray AR, not really that good. And then I forgot about the green AR, which is not really that good as well. And then they also have more assault rifles like the Blue Burst, one of the best guns in the game. Because if you hit a headshot, it does 70 3 times. And if they don't have full shield and full health, they're done. The green AR does 66 to head. Now green burst does 66 to the head, and then the gray AR is trash. Like you don't even want to get that. And then there's a scoped AR, purple and blue, not at all good guns. They're horrible. And then there's a new gun that just came out. It's like machine gun. It's pretty good close range, cause like it can just destroy them, absolutely melt them. And then we also have the shotguns. You gotta get either a pump or a heavy shotgun. If you have the blue pump, one shot to the head, they're dead. Green pump, depending how far you are, one shot to the head, or takes out most of their shield to the body, but like chest wise, feet, it's like 9. And then you got the heavy shotgun, good on range, and then you got the tax that I like. You can just keep rapidly shooting them and get a lot of shots in. The pump, you have to shoot, pump it back, and then by the time someone's hitting you with a blue attack, you're probably already dead unless you hit that head. Then we got the snipers, we got the bolt action, one shot to the head, they're dead. And then we got the semi, and that's like you gotta take. If you hit him in the head, it might take off like 150. But if you hit him in the body, it's like 60. So you need that bolt. And but like the unexperienced snipers usually go for the semi because you can get more shots in. It's got 10 to a clip, but the bolt only has one in the chamber, and then you gotta reload it. And then there's also a hunting rifle. If you get the blue one, the blue hunting rifle is a lot more accurate than the green. The green kind of just like you think it's going one way, it just ends up in a different like direction. And the pistols, we got the hand cannon. That's one shot to the head. It's kind of like a Desert Eagle if you know what that is. And then we also have the revolver. Kind of good. If you get the blue one, it's really good. Like I would hold on to that. And then we also have the regular regular like handgun pistols, like we see cops use. Not the best, unless you have the blue one, of course. Um, we also have you can get traps that you can place on like ceilings, and people won't see them. And then when they run to the door, it's one. Then they're dead. And then you have campfires that I already also that I already told you about that can give you health. Only health though, not no shield. And then we have the launch pads, is which everyone's favorite. When you hear like gunfighting and you and your partner, or you by yourself, or you and your squad, you hear gunfire, and you put the launch pad down, and then you hop on the launch pad, run like jump over to them, and then they won't even suspect it because you're already there. By the time they're done fighting and they're already weak. Or you can use the launch pad if you're in the storm. You just gotta build all the way like really high, depending how far you are from the circle. Place it down, jump, and then you pull out your glider, and then you just glide into the circle and you find a spot, heal up, and get right back into it. And the building, you get your materials by like knocking down trees, and you can also get brick by knocking down stones, and you can also get metal from like cars and anything that's metal on the map. We got a bunch of different like spots where you can get like a good amount of brick, or you can get a good amount of wood. Like my favorite spot to go to is Haunted. You can get a decent amount of wood on the way to the circle, and you can get a decent amount of brick that's just at Haunted. And it's a decent amount of chests, only for duos though, or solos. That's really not a squad spot. If I play squads, I either go to Tilted or Pleasant's another good spot. And then you can also go to Retail, it's also a good spot. So you gotta go to the big towns for squads. And then